Next week, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will attend the 74th United Nations General Assembly in New York, where he will advance U.S. interest and promote a more peaceful and prosperous world. We commonly refer to this week as UNGA High Level Week, and I want to give you a preview of our top 5 priorities this year. Among those priorities is countering malign influence of autocratic state actors that threaten global peace and security. During UNGA High Level Week, we intend to hold to account those regimes and governments that consistently attempt to undermine human rights and humanitarian mechanisms and norms in UN bodies. As the Secretary has made clear, the United States stands for individual liberty and human dignity and supports states that protect unalienable rights. There can be no moral equivalency between nations that uphold the rule of law, empower women, and respect individual rights, and those that brutalize and suppress their people. Through our words and deeds, the United States demonstrates a positive alternative to autocratic and repressive forms of government, and we will continue to lead global discussions highlighting the abuses of actors like North Korea, Iran, Syria, and Venezuela during High Level Week and beyond. Second, the United States will urge the international community to come together to end conflicts in places like Libya, Syria, and Yemen, and to support peace agreements in places like South Sudan. The United States firmly believes that the UN must play an active role in addressing the causes and destructive impacts of conflicts. Third, we will continue to push the UN to evolve to meet the challenges of the 21st century. The UN must utilize its resources effectively and transparently to provide maximum benefit to member states. There is nothing more important to the future of the UN and the expectations we place on it than meaningful and lasting reform. Fourth, the United States will continue to prioritize and to increase global economic growth, the key to a prosperous and peaceful world. Finally, we will reinforce last year's call for member states to equitably share the burden of addressing global humanitarian needs. As the largest single country donor of humanitarian assistance worldwide, the United States remains committed to supporting the UN's humanitarian response program. But the growing number of crises and the increasing scale of needs are beyond the capacity of any single donor to address. The Secretary will actively lead and engage with our international partners on these important priorities, but thankfully, he doesn't have to do it alone. We are incredibly pleased to have Ambassador Kelly Craft as our new permanent representative to the UN just in time for UNGA. American leadership has never been stronger, and we are confident that our engagement next week will lead to a more peaceful and prosperous world.